dreams come alive, where spirits rise.
Life was 50 points off the track, baby.
In Japan, where the sun will always shine, traditions collide with the future's line. Through city streets and temples high, find your story beneath the sky. Waves scratch, pumping out your sense, harmony flows to the best of lands. In the neon glow, where is bent, the culture rich, where is sense, even more no grace. Dance the night with every star, a guiding light. In Japan, where the sun will always shine, traditions collide with the future's line. The cherry lanes and soaring heights, find your magic near the moonlit nights.
Alrighty, guys. Let's get ourselves going. I need to check one thing though. I need to check the weather. Okay. Alright, and then I need to go open up my... Alright. Okay. And then I need to get the chat open as well, because the other chat, the three chat, basically... so that if I miss, so if anybody comes in and wants to chat with me. Now today the news is not going to be as extensive as I normally would do today. And but well, I wanted to come in and we're gonna talk a lot about the LGBTQ and a lot about marriage and a lot about other things that need to be talked about, because okay, hold on. I'm gonna take the end. I'm gonna go ahead and refix that. Okay. Hold on, guys. We're gonna unplug that one and then plug you back in. Okay. Okay. Just because sometimes plugging and plugging it back in really does help. So we do have a lot of things that, you know, I wanted to really come in and say, you know, there's we'll take these high voltage cables. It's 20. Oh, it's 20 trip time. Why would I want to take anything? Yeah, the milk just slightly under is a lot better. We'll take that one. So it's one of those things. Why? Hold on, guys. Hold on to tick. Hold on. TikTok's gonna get a refresh here real quick. Okay. Well, did not see you there. So it's gonna be a lot of me talking about the important things in life that I really think that should be said, and just because I'm a left-leaning person doesn't mean I have some right-leaning beliefs. Okay, what I believe in is that in marriage, we'll talk about a lot of marriage and LGBTQ and things of this nature. Um, and I'm going to repeat probably some things I've said before. Um, but there's this thing where uh-huh. There is this thing um on a lot of things. We're gonna talk into some gaming news, some pertaining to Linux per se, and some other things, and some browsers that you probably should stay away from, tech news, things along those lines. Now I want you to know that I want you to know that I am somebody that listens and believes in the ability to use whatever resources we've got available to us. We should be able to use wind, solar. We should be able to um, make sure that we have enough, because we know AI is a place of inexcusably bad decision in regards. Now, of course, I will tell you, like getting into AI is really something that, if you guys want to know a lot better detail and more things about AI, and paying attention to what's being used and what's going on, you can always hit up Barnacle and them talking about AI and them talking about AI in TikTok with Ox and sometimes David Hewlett, if you ever see him around. He's got he's got a good job to do. He's one that, you know, I I absolutely don't understand why the right seems to, you know, and we'll get into that, but I just don't understand why the right seems to want to deregulate, not have any regulations on AI, but and yet but yet then we regulate the internet and regulate it to a point where then, you know, I can take that low hanging model of an AI and just bring it in to, and I can create adult images just because I can, and they're not going to regulate it. They're not going to destroy it. And it's like, why are you going to take that necessarily and not really spend your time going in and actually um, taking the time to understand. You're 70, 80 years old. You don't understand technology. If you don't understand it, and you're 80 years old, it's a lot harder for an 80-year-old person to understand the internet than somebody my age who has grown up on the internet, who's grown up with privacy and grown up with the anonymous internet. It's like me. If I wanted to keep myself anonymous, and typically I do keep myself genuinely anonymous on the internet. I try my best. I'm not perfect. This lady, and to be honest, you guys will not be able to find me if I have to submit my ID or submit my if I have to submit ID, or I have to submit the availability of IDs with it, why would I want to go out and basically why would I want to go out there and submit my ID to these online websites to basically make sure that, you know, look, I am not going to sit here and follow when when a certain website has to follow the law of a country, follow the law of this country, or follow the law of this state. They don't like if you're in another country and they basically said, oh well, no, that means this website cannot block you from accessing it. Okay? Sorry, I had an itch in the ear. It means you cannot go out there and absolutely oh, I see now. I see what I did. Okay. Here, let's do this. No, I just wanna. I see what I did wrong. Wrong there. I'm. It's like you look at the things Aldo Police Sina. It's like you go and you go to a country that is specifically, you know, you go to Japan, there's a lot of privacy. They really take privacy to a very much. They take privacy really well. And privacy is something, you know, like Japan and Europe, taking privacy really well and taking privacy to a thing is love privacy. We We gotta make sure that privacy is being held to a standard for everybody. Everybody needs to have a standard. Everybody needs to be utilizing that standard of of everybody needs to take that standard of care that if you are a person, you know, it's like if it's like okay, now the politicians now have to start submitting their ID and their ID, and now they're going to basically, like if I was that said, I said basically if you are, unless you are working in in there, like you have to submit ID, you have to submit it, and if these politicians don't submit their ID and don't want to submit, don't want to follow the law, you know, the right doesn't follow the law here in the United States. They're not wanting to follow the law. They're, you know, the big beautiful bill. They say, oh well, the big beautiful bill. Oh well, it's only portions of it that are actually. It's like no, the bill. If portions of a bill do not outweigh a portion of this bill does not outweigh the portions of this bill of the bill on the right or the bill on the left do not absolutely support the, like, you know, Mike Johnson basically got out and say that this big beautiful bill, he literally said this, like, this big beautiful bill does not absolutely support the United States. It basically in my opinion does not support the United States. Sorry, but Mike Johnson basically said, oh well no, the big beautiful bill actually does what it's supposed to does. Basically, there's portions of the bill that are actually really good, and that no, there are portions of this bill that just because there's some good things in that bill does not make that big beautiful bill an actual good bill. Okay? The big beautiful bill does not absolutely cut taxes on the American people. It does not help the American people. It only takes away the American people to actually do their job and do what's right. In this country. And it basically they cut Medicare, they cut Medicaid, they've cut it, and they just all to give tax breaks for the rich. Okay? And that's the sad reality is that nobody okay, I'm just making sure it's my little thing down the my little thing on my thing. I have my fan running just to come in and bring in some cooler air from outside. From outside of my room. But it's like one of the things that it's one of those things where, you know, you look at the left, you look at the right, you look at the things that they put out on the right, pretty much, is like they go out and say, oh well, and it's like, oh well, there's, oh well, they go out and look at the crime in DC. It's like they said, oh well, there's no more crime in DC because we have the military, because we have this. There's no more crime. There's no more crime because of that reason. But it also means, but I also have seen that people in the people in Washington D.C. are not going out to eat, harming the thing. The right does not care about, just has not, basically, like, they've gone out and said that, there's some of these places that they basically said, oh well, I can't remember the guy. I think it was one of the red state. It was one of the town halls recently. That basically said that, oh well, the groceries should be worried about by state. Yeah, bull. Yeah, bull. When the government, when the United States government, the Donald J. Trump, the retard, the bad person. Like, I don't like to use that R word very often, but he is. I don't even like to use that word at all. That word is just really bad to be using in any regards. Yep, we'll stay here. But the regard for him, he's a somebody that worships the devil. He is somebody that cozies up to him and basically caters to more wealth. He wants to create a ballroom. He wants to basically do everything to support him in every way. He wants to support the me, all about me mentality. When they go out and they, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's like he doesn't care about anybody but himself. He is basically a dictator. He's just like Russia. He's just like 1930s Germany. He's just like these things, and it's just really bad, and it's really nasty to see Trump and to see him do the things that he does. I'm not like there may be one or maybe two things on occasion that he might do something really good for this country. But so far, 9 times out of 10, his policies are bad. He's really made poor decisions, and stuff. And if you guys are enjoying today, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe here on YouTube. Subscribing is free to do so. Just as well as following here on Trovo, and also following here on TikTok. And you guys can also shout out the stream if you guys are enjoying today. It is really greatly appreciated to do that. But Trump is just one of those things where him and his goons and the MAGA party do not understand. It's like yesterday I talked about a lot about autism and stuff. They don't understand that. They don't understand the importance of medical. Trump basically said, "Oh, no, drug prices have gone up. I haven't seen anywhere where drug prices have gone down. Because my mom is the one that's the big one that takes a lot of the medication. I don't, but my mom takes a lot of it, and those drug prices haven't gone down, haven't changed to the point of where she's paying more for some of these things. It's like you go to Walmart. It's like you go and you buy these things at Walmart. Grocery prices are going up, not down. The technology is going up. The prices on shoes, I can see it everywhere. that you think that, like I could used to be able, um, the shoes that I bought from Adidas, like I bought a lot of shoes from Adidas, they were like $100 or less, but now they're like starting to creep up to the 120, 130, $140. Um, you know, the things that I usually, like I said, I don't spend more than $150 on a pair of shoes anyway. It's very seldom that I do. Like I've only had one pair of shoes that were 160 in my entire shoe collection. But things are increasingly technology. Like your PlayStation 5 is $50 more because of Trump. You know, if you wanted to if you were thinking of getting a PS5 and you had the money, you had a money to go and get a PS5. Now you don't have that money to get a PS5 and a game that you really wanted, because you're still stuck on the PS4 because you only typically play Fortnite or Call of Duty, and that's all you play. And you're going to lose access to that Call of Duty. Um, you're going to lose that access to that Call of Duty. Um, in the next year, and that $50 PS price increase um, is out there doing what? Hasn't changed. He hasn't done things. Japan doesn't want to talk to the United States anymore. Japan's kind of wanting to ignore the United States. Japan's kind of a lot of India's ignoring the United States. We've had a lot of people not wanting to deal with the United States because of what he's doing. Countries that used to be our friends and our allies are ignoring us. Aren't wanting to take deals, wanting to make better decision. What I would do is, if I was Japan, I would talk to Japan. Like if I was president, I said, Japan, I said, why don't we start utilizing your rice? We will we have a guy, um I have a guy that basically makes your rice, that he can help you and get you your. Oh, whoa. Hello. I thought that I thought I was hitting, and I realized, okay, duh. I sometimes get bad mum mojo in this game. But it's like people don't really seem to understand the technology, don't seem to understand how tariffs work. Trump thinks that tariffs are paid, that we don't pay the tariffs, that the home country pays the tariff. Technically, if the company a is in Japan or in another country paying for it, yes, we may pay the tariffs on it, but they don't pay the tariffs. They don't pay the tariffs. We do. Tariffs are a tax on the people. And that's why we had the dirty 30s. That's why we were falling apart, we were failing. And most people. And that's why I don't really stand with listening to what Trump and what his party absolutely is trying to do. Um, and it's really sickens me. It really sickens me to have to see gullible people fall into a place of that I thought we would, I thought the United States would be better, would be a beacon of hope, beacon of light for America, for people. Canada's not wanting to come visit. American people, I would rather, if I was a tourist, and I wanted to be a tourist, I would not visit the United States anymore. I would not go to tourist locations in the United States. I'd go to tourist locations in Canada, Mexico. You know, I would rather take the time to go and spend my hard-earned money in Canada, spend my hard-earned money in other countries. You know, to be honest, I think what Japan should really do is just take away the the taxes, the self-governing taxes that Japan for tourists and stuff. That what they should do is just make it so that nobody can get a tax write-off on anything. And stuff, but you know, Japan is one of those countries that I would love to go and visit. It's absolutely the only country outside of the United States that, outside of the United States that I would live in. There's only two countries, and Japan is the only other country I would live in, because Japan is so much more, me trying to be quiet, me trying to like, I am a quiet person. I am a quiet person most of the time, unless I'm speaking out loud or talking out loud. Then it, or if I'm interested in something, I will raise my voice, and consistently raise my voice, because I am so happy about talking about it in person. But for me, I don't care what you ugh. I don't care whether you are leftist, whether you're rightist. I don't care, as long as you get into, basically, as long as you're being decent and human being, and being willing to help others, and being willing to help the poor and the needy. I don't care, really. Most of the time I don't. Well, unless it comes to LGBTQ. Then when it comes to LGBTQ, then I'm kind of like, okay, if you're not willing to help them at any point, or yeah, see, I should always stay in the middle lane. You know, I don't know why they have me go yeah, I don't get it. But it's one of those things where, um, thanks Pond Fisher for joining the TikTok live thing. Thank you Pond. Um, it's one of those things where I go in and I look at the the ability to understand. A transgender person, 9 times out of 10, if there is ideology before somebody transitions, if there are things that you look at any issue, okay? There are radical people out there that are radical, okay? There are people out there that will go out and believe in Fox News, or believe in Newsmax, or believe in some of these places where they might be inciting violence, might be inciting, telling people to go after Democrats and going after people. Like, I don't go after Republicans. I don't go after and say, look, you need to go after this person because they're a horrible person, they're a horrible plan. Thanks, Christian Michael, for joining the TikTok live. I will tell you, I don't want somebody going out after a... I don't want somebody going out and after the I don't want somebody going out and taking away my right, your right, taking away anybody's right to speak their mind. Okay? Trump is distorting history. Trump is taking away the right to speak our minds. He's gotten into the Kennedy Center. He's taken the not only the Kennedy Center, but he's also taken the PBS. He's taken over CBS. He's taking over, but he's already got Fox News on his doorstep. He's already probably got Newsmax on his doorstep, willing to submit to him. But if it were me and I had the ability to buy a network, I would actually buy Newsmax or Fox News. I'd mostly buy Newsmax and say, and go out and actually take Newsmax and change the way that it works. Change it to left-leaning content. And make it, and bring in joy. Bring in, like, people who are leaving these networks, and say, you know what, I will leave Newsmax the way it is, and I said, I'm not gonna, like, if somebody leaves because they're not getting enough views, like, I would go out and I'd actually take the late night show and and contact what's his face, the guy that Stephen Colbert. I'd contact Stephen Colbert. I would make sure that he comes on as late night on Newsmax, and it wouldn't, and I would buy Newsmax and I would change it to TV Max, to still be news related, still have the news, but be TV. Consinera is I am not quite for sure. If you're looking for a Scandinavian dealership, let me hold on. Services. I don't know. I'm using Pro Mods, so things may be a little bit different. If you're looking for a Scandinavia dealership, there is one in Dresden, Germany. There's also one down here in Calgary. So there's a couple of dealerships there. There's also one over in the UK, over in Manchester. And I know that there's more, but those are just the 3 that I have unlocked and viewed. Also, you could also buy used trucks. Over here in Scandinavia, you can buy those here as well. I have every single DLC in the game. I have Pro Mods installed, so so what Pro Mods is basically, and if you are looking at having the base game. It's still base game. I think you do get UK. So I did show you UK because I know UK is part of the base game. Thanks Showtaste for liking the live. You can go over to the UK and get it there, if you want. Um, and Germany is based, I think, as well. I don't remember what's base. It's been like forever since I've done the base, had the base game, to be honest. I don't have a lot of. To be honest, I've just saved a lot of time, lot of money over time, um, in buying DLC and stuff. Um, if I will tell you, here's what I'm gonna tell you right now is if you're gonna buy and save up for a map, don't buy and save up for a map just for one map. If you have the money, um, let's go to the Steam since I'm on Bazite. Let's go over to the DLC page. Um, Actually, let's just go to here because this is a lot easier. Um, what I would tell you, if I were to recommend anything, um, what I would try to do is try to get what the Essentials bundle, which gives you going east in Scandinavia. For that, it gives you the special transport, modern light. It gets you a few things that add to it, and it's usually a thing that I would recommend that you try getting one of the bundles. Because a bundle, oftentimes you have the base game. It's gonna like right now, the whole bundle itself, um, can save you a lot of money just by buying one. Now, if you're waiting to save in a month, um, you can, right now, I hate autoplay. You can also, um, go for, the deluxe edition or the ultimate edition, but the essentials is going to give you the thing that I would recommend you. I would recommend that you look at, um, the way that the map is set up. It's paused. It's right there. It's paused. Nothing's, um, there is, um, is look at your map. Look at where the base game. Take the base game, and then look at okay, what countries are around me, and start buying DLC for that. Personally, the Essentials DLC, Essentials Edition is probably what you should upgrade to, just for sheer having that. Now, this doesn't mean that you go out and and do that. Now, of course, I have, um, I don't have the Ultimate Edition. Yeah, no. So I basically go and look at, things, but see here I don't have it, but most of it's just these packs, these paint jobs that you don't really need unless you really want them. Um, I would recommend sticking with the essentials or the deluxe edition because the deluxe edition is going to give you a lot more as well. It's going to give you all of those maps. It's going to give you Greece, going east, Scandinavia, Viva la France, Italia, West Balkans, road to the Baltic Sea. Saving up for a thing like this is going to be your best bet. Now, of course, if you're talking about American truck, um, now American truck is a lot different. There is a thing, because I also like to take a look at the American truck too to show people that if I recommend any, they're always live streaming. There is this bundle. You may say that you go for the Texas sized, for Texas, right? Well, there's actually this Great Plains calling bundle that I would highly recommend that you go and look at the bundles as much as you can and see to see. Now, of course, I would if I were an American, you can get a little bit more content than you would normally would with just the base game DLC. And I will say, if you're just coming into starting, instead of going with Texas, I would not recommend going with Texas. I would recommend that you go with finding a bundle, buy the Northwest bundle, or buy Oregon and Washington. For it is that if you go and buy Oregon and Washington, you can go to Pro Mods and get access to Canada. And you'll be able to have access to Canada right off the bat. You'll have a little bit more content to play with for American truck. That's the one that I highly recommend for anybody just coming into America, is just going with that so you can get Pro Mods. Yeah, this does not. This has only the Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, Washington, Oregon. I do not have all of the American maps though. I don't. I am still missing Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Arkansas, Missouri, and Iowa. I'm missing all of those. So I have slowly saved up for a lot of it, but I'm still missing that. I do not. I also Louisiana's coming. Illinois and South Dakota are coming along on its way for future stuff. Within it. I would say, like, if you're looking for job stuff, farm machinery is a good one as well. The JCB equipment pack. They just add more. These aren't hearing aids. These are Yahoo-chan headphones. From Yahoo-chan from China. But anyway. So those are the things you can do for it, but the thing is I would only recommend that if you're going to get anything, save up for a bundle. And that's where you're going to be able to, like, you can buy the Northwest, Southwest, Texas sized bundle. There is, like, if you actually look in Arkansas does not have any part of the bundle, but Nebraska is. And it's the Great Plains Calling Bundle, which pretty much has a lot of things. That's where you want to look into doing that. I'm rambling on now. Um, but that's where you can save a lot of things. Um, you have a lot of content in here. By looking at maps, there are maps out there that will um, give you the more sense of. I think there's like like if you get, I think there's like a map out there that allows you to. There's a mod for American Truck. I think there's like a map mod that allows you to open up the entirety United States. Um, and that would allow you to do that. But if you're going to go pro mods and you want pro mods, you do need to have all the DLC, of course, for Europe. But if you're an American, now, now look, I will tell you, when I first started playing this, just because I have everything doesn't make it any less problematic. I will tell you, like, if you're out there and you're just starting out playing Euro Truck, go right ahead and play it with the base game. Let me be clear, there was a point in my life where I did not have American Truck or Euro Truck, and did not have all the DLC, did not have everything. The only reason why I have the the only reason why I have caught up on a lot of the um, DLC is just because of I just save. And um, in 2020 I did not have like the American Truck. Like, I will tell you, like, American Truck, like, before I did not have. Yeah, the problem is it's the money that the maps do, but saving, um, if you have like a birthday, or you have a thing coming up, or doing things, it's always a great way to save. That's where most of my stuff came from, because I have family that, kind of, you know, that's how I got a lot of the American map DLCs, because of my birthday this year. It's like most people. It's like I don't. It's like most of the stuff I want is all Steam stuff, and so you too, take care of yourself. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to have. If you just enjoy the base game, you can still have plenty of fun. There's still plenty of mods out there that can improve your gameplay. I use the better graphics mod. I use pro mods. I have a lot of stuff that I use from the Steam Workshop. There are plenty of things. There are plenty of ways to access mods out there that may improve your thing. You don't have to have the you can have the base game, but there are going to be mods out there that allow you to extend your play, extend it to get you up to where you need to be. Just go look up ETS2 mods.lt. There's places out there that you can search and look that bring you mods and make this game a lot better, and improve it. There's other the if you have a console and you have the ability to play on console, at some point you'll be able to have that ability. There will be plenty of people out there that don't have a PC but have a PlayStation 5 and want to be able to just drive. Will soon be able to do that in a game like this. You don't have to have all of these games just to say that I have them. It's because I save. It's because of a lot of times it's like over the course of time, it's like I wouldn't have the things that I do. Oh, fudge. I wouldn't have the things that I do if it wasn't for me just spending my time a lot of the time. I save a lot of my money. Like I still have 32, I still have like 30 some odd, 30 plus some odd dollars sitting in my Steam wallet because I haven't, because the biggest thing is, guys, if you are, the biggest thing is you need to have a job. A job's what's gonna get you to buy these things and get you places. If you're a kid, if you're somebody that's, you know, it's hard. It's harder when you're a kid. It's harder when you can't receive a lot of money. The best thing you can do is wait for sales. That's the big place. That's the big time of day where use SteamDB. Like I always say, go to SteamDB and look up the games you want. Look up the mod packs, DLCs and things, and look at lower prices and don't always, like, if it's close to the lowest price, you should be okay. It's just, but go out and save your money, save the time, you know. Um, at some point, in a lot of it, yes, having the all of the DLC doesn't mean that you don't have to have the DLC to play the game. It's the same thing. It's like it's like Call of Duty. It's like you don't have to buy the DLC to enjoy the game. You don't have to buy these extra content packs. You don't have to go out and buy these skins from Fortnite or buy these skins in Call of Duty or any game for that matter. You know? You can still enjoy the game and have fun. You know, the thing is when I I'll tell you a thing, story time, I guess. Not like, yes, I'm talking about some gaming news and stuff too. Back in the day, for any of you who don't remember, Fortnite was one of those games where it was the first game I actually spent and actually bought the Founders Edition. In 20, I bought the Founders Edition. Well, I bought the Founders Edition of Fortnite. Now, of course, at the time, I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have anything to really spend. I wasn't somebody that you know, I was thinking I was gonna enjoy. The only reason why I did is because I actually wanted to play Save the World. And then at some point my computer decided to not work because Fortnite decided to give it up the ghost on it, and then I forgot about it. And of course, Save the World is the one thing that if you had the Founders Edition today, it's like $5,000 just to get the Founders Edition. And getting the Founders Edition is the way that today I went in, and I've been wanting the vehicle for Power Rangers. Like, yes, I did spend money when I shouldn't have, to get the Power Rangers, of course. I spend a lot of the time that I spent a lot on my gaming and stuff. A lot of it is Fortnite. A lot of it is Call of Duty. I rarely ever buy other games. Euro Truck is one of those games where I'm saving my money because I'm not like out there buying a I'm not out there buying every map DLC and American truck, but I'm off because it's like I don't need to have, like, if I have half the states or the states that I have now, I'm like, great, it works. I can still enjoy the game even after the fact. It's like I can just restart my company, I can restart things over and just do it all over again. It doesn't. This game has a lot of replayability. This game has a lot more replayability than any other game out there. You know, this game has a lot more. I need fuel. How did I? Oh, whoa. Whoa. Hold on. No. Wrong one. We're gonna go up there. We're gonna get some fuel because I tend to forget about fuel. I tend to forget about a lot of things. Thanks, Ari, and thanks, ABC, for joining. Thank you guys for all joining. So it's one of those things where I don't have a job right now. I don't have anything to support me. The only reason why I've had a lot of the DLC to be honest, like, I didn't buy, like, I, stopped playing American Truck and stopped playing Euro Truck for a while. There was a point in time where I stopped playing the game because I just wasn't really interested in it. And now I've kind of come in as like, what can I do that I can start talking about politics, start talking about the news, and just chill, you know? This is one of those games. Actually, I don't even know why I pushed cruise control. This is one of those games that I absolutely just give my full I give my full undivided attention to. Now, I talk a lot about politics. It's one of those things that if you aren't interested in it, like I am pretty much live every day, for now, but eventually, Monday is when I will be switching to a new schedule, until they finally update until 1.56 update to this, or there's important news. Monday, starting Monday, will be Parkitect. Will be basically Parkitect on Mondays, Sundays, and Mondays. Tuesdays and Wednesdays will be Euro Truck. Thursdays and Fridays will be American Truck. Because guess what? I love these two games, and I'm wanting to just do it because I want to talk politics. I want to talk about things, and one of the things that I really wanted to emphasize on today is, like, you know, I was just watching a thing earlier from Tennessee Brando, where Tennessee Brando basically talked about how, you know, he kind of had this clip about Charlie Kirk, and, you know, I don't like Charlie Kirk. I don't really talk about left-leaning people very much unless they're politicians absolutely talking about them from their perspective. In that regards, but one of the things that he talked about was marriage, and he talked about how the marriage, that he now went and expects Taylor Swift to follow Travis Kelce and make sure that, oh well, now you have to do that. No, you don't. You do not have to. Your last name can be, like, for example, Taylor Swift's last name can be Taylor Kelce if she wants it to be. Kelce can name his last name after Swift. Kelce Swift. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't matter whether Taylor Swift is, because, you know, Taylor Swift is engaged to Travis Kelce now. And for some of you, probably been living under the rock and you haven't noticed. You know, I didn't notice until I was like, oh, because I don't listen to Taylor Swift as much as I used to. but because I don't listen to a lot of music, it's like you're sitting here, you have the engine I'm supposed to have music on. I just forgot to put it on because I just don't want to listen to music because of it. But it's like one of the things that I always wanted to really come in and tell you guys that, you know, marriage does not mean, like, to me, marriage um is between anybody that wants to get married as long as they're a human being. I don't care if you're married because you're gay. I don't care how you marry. I don't care if you're a man marrying another man. I don't care if you're a woman marrying another woman. I don't care if you have a plural marriage. I don't care what you do. As long it doesn't harm me because you got married. It doesn't harm me because you got in that way. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when people like Charlie Kirk go out and say that marriage, that if that they constitute marriages between a man and a woman, that the woman has to obey the man, that the man should be the head of the household. No, a in my belief and my thing, it should be equal. A woman should have equal authority and equal ground just as much as a man should have equal authority as that woman. In my church, a lot of people think that in churches women shouldn't have roles in the church. Women shouldn't have those roles. Women should be submissive. Women shouldn't women should be this way. Women, guess what? In my church, women have um leadership roles. Women have the ability to have the leadership of taking over the women part of the church, you know, and it's like women should be equally in having the rights of being able to vote, being able to make their voice heard, because, you know, a husband might have a different view than the wife. Somebody else, whatever your partner is, they're gonna have a little bit of different view than you, and that's fine. You know, it's okay to have varying different view of your life. It's okay to have a choice of being able to get out there and support whoever you want to support. I don't care. There's only about 5 things that I care about that I want everybody to support. There's only 5 things that I want that everybody should have, that nobody should be taking away a right from anybody. A left a in regards of that, everybody should be able to support children by giving them a free school meals in school, making sure that my taxpayers go to free school lunches, making sure that everybody has, that if the entirety of the United States gave children free school lunches, we would have less hungry children. We would have less people having to worry about, can I feed my children? You know, a lot of parents go hungry because they cannot feed their children because they are worried that they can't. It's like, I had to use that when I was in high school. I paid to eat 2 meals. I had to eat like 2 pizzas of pizza. I had to go back oh, well, I need to go rest. Um Hold on. You know what? I always like to reload. No. Not. I only do it if I really did some major fatal mistake. Um. But thanks, Movie Clips, for joining the TikTok live thing. Thank you guys. You know, it's one of those things where you can go. Now, of course, we are. Thank you. I'm in a time crunch. Thank you. And if you have like your favorite like podcast, or you have your favorite things in this game, you can always if you have a favorite radio station, you can add it. There are plenty of ways to improve your experience in the game. Yes. I do speed a lot, though. Not yet. Really? 8% damage now. Yeah. Ugh. Mhm. Come on. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Okay. So I do have to turn right into that area. So in order for me to do that, but I'm gonna tell you guys, it is as soon as I drop this thing off, I will be taking my dinner break. Wait. Yeah, just by moving upward, it makes it look like like the poles are levitating, but they're not. And that's where I don't do things like that when it's very tight. I just let the game deal with it. Um, so, anyways, guys, I will take a 15-minute break. Thanks, Daryl. Thanks, Chris Folder, for joining the TikTok live. Thank both of you. I will be right back. I'm going to go to get something to eat. We'll be back in probably 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 30 at the latest. If you guys want to see that, I'll be back. I might just end it here and actually just, so if you see it end, then, anyway, you know why. So, anyway, we'll be right back shortly. Sorry about that. Sorry, I think I am a little bit longer. I think I went on break and I took an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, I think. Hmm. Yeah, I'm sorry I took an hour break. I did not mean for that to happen, but I get distracted easily. I will probably end up downloading this and then uploading it to YouTube, um, and giving you guys less of an opportunity. Um, oh yeah, I don't know what got me, why it took me that long. I am genuinely sorry. You know, I could have ended the stream and just came back at a late at when I was supposed to, but I'm back. I am officially back. All right. Sorry I took that hour-long break, guys. Hold on, guys. Alright, guys, sorry, I needed to check a thing on the trans shooter thing, to TikTok. But I'm back. Um, um, I am gonna take a short one. I'm gonna take a short one for this. Um, Absolutely not going to. We are going to recheck. Um, yeah, that one. Actually, that one's only 15 hours. We'll take that. Because I always like to take the most expensive, but also take the one where and then this will be our last trip for today. I know I could have taken a lot of, a lot better on my trip. But it's okay. Look at this one. I will do some downloading and I'll re-upload, re-cut out. All the horses. We're gonna take a picture here. Take a photo. I wanted to see something. I wanted to see. Okay. I just wanted to see what that said. Delicacy. Zork Zelik. I could see Zork Zelik. Zork Zelik. I think that's how I pronounce that. Warclaw, Dresden. Okay. Actually, what I really should do. There's like no traffic on the highway right now. Like, where is all the vehicle? It's like I didn't see anybody there. It's like, where are the drivers? It's like, but we'll see where we end up. But there is a couple other things that I really wanted to really come in and say this. Look, there's this thing that if you believe that Donald Trump is the Lord and Savior, you have every right to believe that, okay? But I also have every right to criticize you for it, because that's not the truth. It's also the same thing that if you believe him as a prophet, believe him as the savior of this country, I have every right to discredit you for it, because he is not doing the things that he says he's doing. But I will tell you, it's one of those things where, you know, it doesn't matter. Like I always will say, it doesn't matter who does a senseless act. Doesn't matter how it happens. Okay, it doesn't matter how, what the identity is. Okay. Um. You know, not everybody's out there evil. Evil. It's like me. It's like, yes, I want to have people to respect for who I am, and that's all that matters to me. But it doesn't. It doesn't. I'm not going to go out there and try to push it onto to other people. I'll give out my information and give it out to people to help understand that what you feel and how you feel a certain way. You can feel a certain way because you're trans, because you're gay, because you're lesbian, because you're X, because you're Y, because you're Z, because you're whatever. Okay? You can identify however you want to identify. Just remember, if you identify as a straight person, remember a straight person can commit a crime. If you identify as a MAGA person, you can still commit a crime, and you can get away with committing that crime because Trump's gonna probably most likely give it away from not going to tell you you've done that. If you believe and you follow him, and you do everything that he does, and you're gonna be pretty much not always safe. Either way, anyway. But remember, you can commit sin. You can commit to anything that the Lord deems wrong against you. But if the Lord, but if Trump, okay, if Trump commits that crime, and that crime is seen by the law of the United States, seen as he's not going to do anything, he's not going to get in trouble for it, that doesn't mean that the Lord, that our Heavenly Father, will criticize him for it. It doesn't mean that, you know, the Lord's going to take care of business. The Lord's going to be there to take in whatever sin you do. Like there are going to be times where your identity, like, just because you're transgender doesn't mean that you, when you commit something like this heinous act in Minnesota this past week. For those of you who don't know, it was the last week in August, pretty much. It was Wednesday when this happened. Now, of course, I wanted to come in really and reiterate this, that just because you decided to go and hurt this trans person, just because you decided to go vilify that trans people are evil because of this, then I can tell you right now, if you want to vilify it, so then why don't you go after the Republicans? Why don't you go after the Republican-held states, the things that have crime there too? Because heaven forbid, you know, I would sit there and I'd ask Senator Mike Johnson, I'd ask House Representative Mike Johnson about the Lord, about these scriptures that he says that, you know, you are a Christian. Then act like a Christian. Act like that you're willing to, you know. Actually, I'm not gonna change lanes. I'm gonna ask. I would sit down and ask these people. I said, "You're a Christian. What is a Christian supposed to be doing? What is a Christian? You can talk all you want. Like, you can talk all you want whether you're a Christian or not. You can talk all you want and say, oh, I'm a Christian because a Christian does this, a Christian is better at doing... No, you can talk and talk and talk and talk and yap, 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 yap. Yap, 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 yap. On whether you're a Christian or not. You can say you're a Christian, but you have to also act like you're a Christian. Okay? A Christian is going to go out there and, I wasn't, yesterday I was going to go clean my church. Okay, I was going to go clean it. I was willing and ready to do it. Don't get paid to clean my church. It's all volunteer. We do things, we make sure that things get done and get done and get cleaned. Okay? Guess what? I don't get paid to clean my church. There are places out there like I've been looking at jobs searches and looking around that there is a Christian church, a Lutheran church that is looking for a cleaning person, someone to clean. And this Christian church, they pay their custodian, they pay their people to work to do it, and it's like I would not want to get paid to do my God-given right to take care of the things that I use. I'm always in this building. I use it. I might as well go and help clean. Not ask for money. Not ask for these things. And take less time into consideration on not... I'll tell you, I'm always somebody that looks for... when it comes to a job, it comes to me where I want to look... When I look for a job, I look for something in a thing where I basically make minimum, and then have a little bit left over where after I pay all my bills, pay everything that I have a little bit extra to spend on my own personal thing. I'm not here to go out there and say, look, I have over 30 pairs of shoes. Okay, I haven't counted exactly because technically, actually, I think I have 4 per row, and there's 3 rows. Hold on. You know what? I gotta say this. 4, 8, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. Actually, I have 32, 33, 34, 35 pairs of shoes. Now, of course, that's all because I've chosen to do that. And I wear every single one of them. I'm not like trying to hog shoes. Okay? I have 35 because I have 2 sitting here by my desk that are just sitting here because I don't have much room anywhere to put my shoes anywhere else. These I could put them back in a box, but I want to be able to see them and be able to do that. Now, of course, having 35 pairs of shoes doesn't mean that I'm a bad person for having that many pairs of shoes. Okay, if I gave up all of my shoes right now, I would. Having 1 pair of shoes on my feet, I would give them up. Okay? If I needed to. Right now, I don't need to. I don't need to do that. There is this thing where you go and you look at look at the shoes and you look at the thing that hoarding and becoming a hoarder to hoard things, just to hoard them, to have multiple, just to have shoes as a thing, it's not worth it. Now, I will be honest, I would rather give back to the community as much as I can. I'm one of those people that, I don't give it to, like, if you're out there and you're wanting to ask for a video game or asking for something because because you have a pair because you need a map DLC for something because you ask for it, I'm not going to go out there and buy it for you. I'm not going to go out there and buy the games, buy these things for you unless you're absolutely in desperate need of it. It's like you don't need to have, it's like I always advocate, use what you have. A $4.99 to buy the base game and still have fun. You can still have fun. You can still enjoy the game in its entirety. Euro Truck, American Truck, thanks user for joining the TikTok live. Thank you. The use of American Truck, the use of Euro Truck, the use of all these games, they're all going to be relatively different per relative. It's like look, I don't go out and, I have Call of Duty on the Xbox 360. I cannot buy those DLCs anymore. If I didn't buy the DLCs when they happened, I have no more way of accessing the DLCs for those systems anymore. Guess what? Whoop-de-doo. I don't care. If I don't have them, I don't have them. I can still enjoy Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and still have fun without having to go and have an Xbox or a PlayStation or whatever system is out there. I don't care. I don't need to have 30,000 things to do so. It's like I've thought about just getting rid of my Magic collection, my physical Magic collection, and just get rid of it. Sell it off for $1,000. Just flat out $1,000 and say, look, it's well worth $1,000 because pretty much for a lot of that, and I would sell it off, and I would, like, because I only play digitally, and it's like I don't need, and it's like I can use that $1,000 to, to go out, and I'd use that $1,000 and say, hey, I'm gonna give one person I'd give like that Yots dude, I would give him a $25 Steam gift card that he can use to go and get a thing that he can use it wherever he wants to use it. I would do that. I would be somebody that just gives it away because I don't need, but I need the, but like, I'm not gonna do it because at some point I might go back into playing Magic. Haven't been able to do it because I don't want to, I want to be able to have money so that I can afford in case, I am there going to F&M night or Friday Night Magic or whatever, so that if I go and visit or go to these game shops that have that, I can say, okay, well, I can go and get a pack or two and figure out what I'm going to get, because this just helps me to say, okay, well, look, it gives me a little bit of a decision on it. Now, let me go down to services, bank. Do I have any? I do have a thing. I will take one off. Yes, I paid it off, but I'll pay one off now. So I don't have to worry about paying it off later. When I get this one done, I'll pay off another one. And once I get this one done, guys, I'm going to get off for this stream, and then I will be back on again at 9:30, depending on, hopefully this gets done by 9. If it's done by 9, then I will be taking a 15-minute break again. I didn't mean to take that hour break. I didn't mean to. But I'm going to plan on downloading some of this so that when I download like I'm going to do that, I will gonna probably do that tomorrow. Just download them. Um, just download them so that I can uh, re-upload my ETS2 live streams from the recently. I'm not gonna do a lot of it. I'm just gonna do a lot of some testing to see if more people are willing to watch this, not live. And to see how many people are willing to watch it just by the show title. I'll delete these live streams. And as I'll upload them, delete, like I'll download this live stream and then re-upload it as a genuine video, for it, and see how things go. To see what I can do is I'll just live stream, and then try to delete live stream for the week, and then delete that, and then have to upload them from the past week, and just upload them as an actual thing, and see what happens. I'm so totally confused. Thanks, Spider-Man. Thanks for joining the TikTok live. You know, I haven't watched Spider-Man. I haven't watched Marvel stuff in like ages because I'm just not interested in it. You know, and it's one of those things where the last good Spider-Man was the Spider-Man with Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. Was the best Spider-Man, the one that the Peter Park, the original Peter Parker one, the early 2000s Peter Parker. Um, I love the I love a lot of. Okay, so we got 3 hours till rest. Forgot 3 hours till rest, right? Okay. Nap time is 8 hours. Okay, so we will go here then. Yeah, it's 3 hours and 9 minutes though. That one goes to 2 hours, makes it trip time is 10 hours. Now, of course, if I do something, and then we can add the, whoops, and then we can add the avoidance. there. Yeah, it's gonna tell me to do that. Now, of course, it's 8 hour and 18 minutes trip time. That just adds 2 hour trip time to our thing. Remains 20 hour remains on our thing. So a rest usually is 8. A rest is usually 8 hours. So 8 hours plus well, 8 hours plus 8 minus. Well, no. It's 10 hours. Well, it's 8 plus 10, which is 18 hours. So it would be pushing along that way. If I rested there, that would have shaved off 2 hours on our time. Do we have any resting? Okay, so that's actually going to save us some time. That's going to save us an hour on time. A little bit on time, so we'll go this way. Actually, I don't need to do that. We stay on this side of the road. And I am speeding for a good reason. I'm just trying to stay up the hill. Hey. Thanks, Christian, for joining the TikTok live. Thank you. Hopefully we can get there in a decent time. Because I would love to get decent time. Making sure that we are there. It's 8-hour trip time left. 8 hours left. And next rest. Yeah, so we should be able to make it. It's like a 2-day. It's kind of like a 2-day trip for some of these things. So when this is done, guys, I will be taking, like I said, I'm gonna take a 15-minute break. Maybe take a longer break, like I did last time. I'm sorry. This is actually really a 2-trip video. I'll probably maybe split this into 2, and just have partial, but I might not. I might just have it like, and stuff. But thanks, Amar, for joining. I will tell you guys, like, I am one of those people that just loves the ability to, like, I sit here and yeah, no, I had it right. I'm gonna wonder what Glass is gonna, if he's gonna get on it or not. But I will be on, as soon as I'm done with this trip. I will take a break, get on, we'll play some Call of Duty, Zombies. Absolutely one of the greatest games of all time. A time for me for zombie games. Call of Duty does it wonders. Now specifically, I loved the for zombies. My favorite all-time zombies is Black Ops 1. Then I'm gonna have to put Black Ops 6 zombies, and Cold War zombies right there. Now, of course, if we continue on the Call of Duty thing, ranking the other Call of Duties, putting Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, I mean, no, from zombies, I am going to put Black Ops 4. I actually really have to reconfigure my thing, because I sometimes forget these things, and because I always think that, Black Ops 3, the zombies in Black Ops 3. Now, I'm not knocking off the multiplayer, I'm just knocking off zombies. Thanks, Yote Reyes, for liking the live again. Thank you. I love Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is one of those things where, back in the day, Zombies I have a love-hate relationship with zombies. Sometimes zombies, like, if you go and look at, you know, the worst of the worst. You know, um, Vanguard is the worst when it comes to zombies. Um, World War II zombies was actually pretty good. World at War zombies is pretty good. Black Ops 1 zombies, Black Ops 2, or Black Ops 3. Depending on if you have just a base game, if you have the DLC stuff, then it's not. Um, Make sure you guys share out the stream if you guys are enjoying today. It's greatly appreciated. Um, the other one is is also, guys, if you are enjoying today, remember hit that like, hit that subscribe, here on YouTube as well, because it does really greatly appreciate it. And also, if you guys are wanting to see content like live content, live pretty much Monday through Friday every day, that pretty much live from 3 to 5:30 normally, but like if my mom's gone, then I am live pretty much like normal. Like I'm live longer. Like today I was live from 4 till whenever this trip is done. Which will probably be 9 o'clock. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be 8:30. We'll see. It'll be the same thing tomorrow too. If Tech Talk is not on tomorrow, then I will be live. Live tomorrow at normal time. Try to be on live at 3. And we go there, and then for Saturday it's like that. Sunday, same thing. For this week, but then after Sunday, Monday we'll get back to normal schedule for it. But on Tuesday, we pretty much do it there. The only time that I'm not live, most time it's 3 to 5:30, 3 to 5:30, most likely sometimes 6. But I try to make sure I'm off by 3. I'm trying to make sure I'm off by 5 o'clock, 5:30 Central Time every day. And then my night streams, I play not American Truck, not Euro Truck. Are they going to make me okay? Well, this is a video game. This isn't real life. We can scrape by. We'll see if there is anything strange up here. Because if I have to, that would mean I just have to go this way. For it, I just have to go this pathway for it, but we'll see. Because sometimes you can scrape by. Sometimes you can scrape by and there won't be anything. Yep, nope, see there's a car coming in behind me. So there's probably, like, that's what I would do. Is like if there was really murder, like I'd just block off portions of it, making. But it looks like I can keep going, so I'm not gonna have any issues. So we're gonna turn back my high beams off. But getting into this Call of Duty situation, I just say, like, I like Call of Duty zombies. Like, I just love every single zombies from the Black Ops series, except for maybe, you know, and I'm going to say the Black Ops zombies is just fantastic. The World War II zombies type zombies, the only one that's actually pretty good is the World at War and World War II. Vanguard sucks Vanguard's the worst. I'm not going to say that. Where am I going? I am going all the way down here to Dijon. Dijon is where I'm headed. Thanks, Abby, for joining the TikTok live. Thank you. Um, that's where I'm going for this last trip for today. Tomorrow, guys, I will not be on, but that doesn't mean I won't be driving. It just means, like if we end our stream today on Dijon, I'll probably start the stream on something else on tomorrow. Because I might be live tomorrow. If Tech Talk is like normal, I'll probably be on tomorrow before tomorrow night. I'm not actually no, I'm not going to. Be on at all. Thanks CW 8080 for joining. Um, you know, I am going to tell you, like, it's one of those things where like these things and these Call of Duties, like zombies, like I will tell you, like I even liked Advanced Warfare Zombies. Like I am somebody that loves the ability to play zombies, to play Call of Duty, to play each and every single version of it. And now, of course, that doesn't mean a thing. Thanks, Nathan. Thanks, Nathaniel, for joining the TikTok live thing. Thank you. So I'm one of those people that if you are somebody out there, you know, you're not going to get anywhere in life. I mean, not get anywhere in life. It's just out there. There's a lot of different variety of the way that zombies is done. You know, you have Killing Floor. Like I have the first Killing Floor. Not a bad game to say. I love Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead's a great game. I have both, for that matter. They both will run on Linux. Both will run on this system fantastically. And I'm going to tell you, if you are building a computer and you want to build it like for Linux, you will be able to play games like this. You'll be able to play single player games. You won't be able to play multiplayer though. And you won't be able to play games that we always require online, probably. Not always, like you... Really? Really? That's really dumb. Because nobody... Nobody told me. I have no idea. Like, nobody told me that there was anybody up there. I didn't see if there was anybody up there. It didn't give me any detour notification. You know. we'll make sure this time we'll check. 4 hours left. 4 hours until we're able to make it. This, I'll tell you, this is a game that absolutely gives me the best kind of thing, you know. Um, I love the capabilities of just playing a game like this. Now, of course, Reality Kings is probably going to outbeat Euro Truck and outbeat American Truck. I will probably admit that. But it's like this game is how old? No game has tried to come after it for ever they try, but you know, this is always going to be the one that I support the most because I got mods already. Um, okay. Okay. Like they should have just like diverted traffic over into that lane. It would have made so much more sense. But thanks, Brian, for joining the TikTok live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Yeah. 6 hours left. 4-hour trip time. We are gonna be pushing it. Um. Oh. That's all. Yeah, I can't believe that I'm going 90 and these guys are on here on the right are going faster than me. I don't get it. It's like, it's like, and even if like vehicles I understand, but like a, ay, ay, ay. Great East, all sales company adrenaline Lorraine. Eh? Don't know what that means. Don't know. Yeah, we'll probably get done before the 9 o'clock thing. So I'll be on at 9, playing zombies until 2. Tomorrow night, we're gonna do multiplayer in Warzone till 2. Because I realize I don't have church. Because my brother, my brother basically is like, oh, they're going too, and I realized, oh, okay, so I'm not gonna have church at all for myself, which thanks, user, for joining the TikTok live. Thank you. Burgundy. Because I'd rather sit down and play zombies, and I'm gonna go upon right at night, right after. I could have easily played zombies a lot longer today. Ugh. Oh, some days. Okay, so that's not a way to go then. You're asking me, Yostin, where I'm going? I'm literally going to Daejeon. I literally saw that earlier. Shared it. I'm almost there. I'm gonna probably hop off of Eurotruck and go play some Call of Duty Zombies today. But I'm gonna take a 15 to 20 minute break, maybe, because Glass will let me know if I'm not on. So I'll take that. Um, as soon as I. What country am I in? I'm in France. I might not be going. I might not be in France though shortly. I'm not quite for sure. I can double check because I know. I don't know what country yet. I just know that I am going from. I know I'm in France right now, but I might not be in France. France, I don't think. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'll still be in France if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Yeah, cause see, here, that's the borderline. Is literally right there. So we will be in. Yeah, so we'll be in France. Mm. What a what a wonderful thing to come to, guys. What a wonderful place to actually just drive. Like, Europe is so much more Europe is so much more vibrant than America. It's like once you get out to the plains, you're kind of like dead. It's kind of like dead. It's like you're driving in vast emptiness. And in here, uh, you're driving in really nice things. And I'll tell you, driving, like, I've not played any farming games. I've not played anything to really. But once we get this one, we will start being able to take a little bit more into our customization of our truck. I'm not going to be running with the Scania forever. Um, as soon as I'm able to get a spot filled, um, we'll jump over to Spain and pick up a Mercedes Benz, and we'll drive with the Mercedes for a little while. Um, and we'll work on getting to another stop in one of those in another once we get another Scania filled here, we will take off the trans stuff on the Scania and just put it out there where we remove the trans stuff. We make sure that it all sits, making sure that everybody's set up to meet the standard of the company, basically making sure that, yes, the people who are early on it. Right now the company used to be an anime thing, and then I changed it up to meet my current standard. I don't know why I didn't move over, but Driving can make you sleepy though if you drive for too long. That's why I would recommend that you take a trip a day, if you have the time, you know. I know I should have done better. Yeah, it's gonna tell me, oh, you should be going 70. And I'm like, yeah, bullcrap. Speed limit's a speed limit. It's only a suggestion. Well, in real life, you can get into trouble for it, truly. So, but there is, like, you know, video games and understanding the video games and understanding what's going on. You know, I mean, understanding the importance of sometimes video games are just relaxing, like that, like Euro Truck is just so relaxing, so um a thing. One of the many things that I actually will tell you, when I do drive, um if it's not like a Saturday, where's media? Um, I tend to listen to this radio station right here, the Trans Radio UK. I moved over. Paid our toll. And we're almost there, guys, and then I'm going to get off. We'll take a little bit of a break, and then I'll hop back on and play some Fortnite. I mean, Call of Duty. And this is the only music you guys will hear because I am cutting it close. Okay, let's see where it wants me to put it. Sometimes I can do that easy, and sometimes I can't. But I've seen. Yeah, we'll apply for that one there. Alright, let's go to services. Used. Trucks. Mercedes-Benz high roof sleeper. Okay. We got the Scania S high roof at 195. The Scania R2009 Highline. The Mercedes-Benz, Mercedes-Benz Actros. Now, Mercedes-Benz Mega Space. Yeah, so it would be the other one. Now, I could take this one, or I can go to truck dealers. Okay. Let's go to the Mercedes-Benz. Buy online. But that's gonna cost me $195.76 for it. Now if I go to use trucks, right? Not the Scania, but the Mercedes. I can still fill this up later. We'll put you down here. But in order for me to drive something like this, I would have to upgrade the garage, which in order to upgrade the garage costs $100,000 to upgrade the garage. So we don't have a lot to do it right now, so we'll just have to wait. So we'll just have to wait until we can load it anyways. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna save this here for live 8/29/2025 2. Alright, we will catch you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, hit that follow, hit that subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. It is free to do so. If you're on Trovo, subscribing is gonna cost you a little bit a month. If you guys are watching on TikTok and Trovo, remember, becoming a follower is free to do so. No need to spend any cash or anything or whatnot. So anyway, we will catch you guys